Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Here's my top 10 favorite supporting roles. Yes, supporting actors, not lead actors, in movies that stole the movie. These are some of the best supporting roles I've ever seen by these actors. These are some top-notch performances, and this is all opinion. This is all subjective, this is not objective, this is just my top 10 personal favorite supporting roles. When I look at these supporting roles, I think they outshine the lead characters, and they're just amazing. Some of these actors won Academy Awards for these roles. Some of them really should have got even a nomination, but oh well. That's how the Academies go, but how this list goes, this is my top 10 personal favorite supporting roles. Alright, let's get to it. Here's my top 10 personal favorite supporting roles. Top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. And my honorable mentions are Alan Rickman in the Harry Potter franchise, Alec Guinness in Star Wars, Tom Cruise in Magnolia, Jason Mitchell from Straight Outta Compton, Christoph Waltz from Inglourious Basterds, Robert Shaw from Jaws, Linda Blair from The Exorcist, Mark Wahlberg from The Departed, and lastly, Leonardo DiCaprio from Django Unchained. A lot of honorable mentions, all amazing performances. They just couldn't make the top 10 list. But what did make my top 10 was my number 10. And my number 10 is Jason Segel in The End of the Tour. Yes, this was last year, an indie film last year, which was my 8th favorite movie of last year. I loved this movie. The writing was amazing. It was amazing. When you get the director of The Spectacular Now and the writer of a lot of episodes of Master of None, you're a talented director. And this is a very talented director, and it's a very well-told story. And Jesse Eisenberg was fantastic in this movie, but Jason Segel stole the movie. Yes, Marshall from How I Met Your Mother stole this movie. I was so pissed that he didn't get an Oscar nomination. I thought the Oscars would see his performance and they would see that is Oscar caliber acting. And I know it's a recent role, but it's absolutely amazing. He transformed himself into this role with the bandana and the hair and his attitude, his lingo. I didn't feel like I was watching Jason Segel. I felt like I was watching the character he was portraying, and he was amazing in this movie. I think this is an amazing performance, and this just goes to show you that comedic actors can play amazing dramatic roles, and this is one of the best dramatic roles by a comedian, and I love this role. This is my favorite role by Jason Segel, and it's my 10th supporting actor role. Coming number 9 is Martin Landau and Ed Wood. Yes, Martin Landau plays Bela Lugosi. Yes, Skarloff's not even good enough to smell my shit. Yes, he plays Count Dracula, Bela Lugosi, and basically, Martin Landau was a perfect choice to play this role. He shows the comedic side of him, and also the really dark side of Bela Lugosi, because Bela Lugosi was kind of a sewer-mouthed drug addict. Yes, he was addicted to morphine and stuff. And this is a very campy, comedic movie, and this is my favorite Tim Burton movie. Ed Wood is my favorite Tim Burton movie, and I love Johnny Depp. He's the lead in the movie, playing Edward D. Wood Jr. But Martin Landau, I think, steals this movie. He won the Oscar for this movie, and totally well deserved. He was amazing as the role of Bela Lugosi. He transformed himself into the role of Bela Lugosi, and he was amazing, and he was hilarious and became the role of Bela Lugosi. That was Bela Lugosi on stage. I didn't know that was Martin Landau at first. I'm like, that's not Martin Landau. Then it's Martin Landau, and he's amazing, and it's it's my 9th favorite supporting role. Coming number 8 is Anthony Hopkins in The Silence of the Lambs. Yes, I know he won a lead actor role for The Silence of the Lambs, but this is a supporting role in my opinion, because character Hannibal Lecter, he only has 17 minutes of screen time in this movie, so I'd hardly call that a lead role. Clarice Starling is the lead character, played by Jodie Foster. She's amazing in this movie, but Anthony Hopkins, I think, steals the movie. I also love Buffalo Bill. He puts the fucking lash out of the basket. But yes, I love Anthony Hopkins. I ate his liver with a pair of fava beans. Anthony Hopkins is amazing. Totally deserved the Oscar for a supporting, not a lead. He's amazing. This is an intimidating, intense, scary role, especially the ending sequence with him talking to Clarice on the phone. It was just haunting. And when he busts out of jail, another disgusting and disturbing scene. And everything about him is so charming and elegant, but he is fucking terrifying. This is one of the few roles an actor won an Oscar for playing a horror movie character, because that's what Hannibal Lecter is. He's a horror movie character, and I'm glad Silence of the Lambs won the Oscar. No horror movies win this many Oscars, and I'm glad it did. Jonathan Demme did an amazing job directing this movie. Jodie Foster was fantastic, and of course Anthony Hopkins stole the movie, and he's my 8th favorite supporting acting role. Coming number 7 is Christian Bale from The Fighter. Yes, he plays Dick Hecklin. Yes, thunderous thunderous. Where'd you park the fucking car, Babu? I just love Christian Bale. Christian Bale is so good. I love him. He plays Dick Hecklin, who's an ex-boxer, and he's trying to train his brother, Mickey, to be the next heavyweight champion, played by Mark Wahlberg. This movie is my favorite David O. Russell movie. I loved this movie, and Dickie Hecklin was a pretty messed up guy. He was a crackhead, and he was just filming a documentary about crack addiction, but he's lying to his family, and he says, oh, it's a comeback role, it's a comeback documentary. It's not. And this is a very gripping, dramatic, powerful film. It also was a pretty good dark comedy. Like, I loved Christian Bale in this movie. I loved everyone. Mark Wahlberg was amazing. Melissa Leo totally deserved her Oscar. Amy Adams was fantastic. And how David Russell wrote and directed this movie was fantastic. I heard there was going to be a sequel. I guess that never happened. But Christian Bale stole this movie. Yes, in The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger outstaged him. But at least in The Fighter, he outstaged Mark Wahlberg. Coming number 6 is Cate Blanchett in The Aviator. Yes, in this role she plays Katharine Hepburn, which is such a difficult role to play because Katharine Hepburn was such a weird and complex human being, and Cate Blanchett did an amazing job. This is my favorite performance by Cate Blanchett, which is saying a lot because I love her in Elizabeth, I love her in Blue Jasmine, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, I almost love her in everything. I even love her in How to Train Your Dragon too. I love Cate Blanchett, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. I love Cate Blanchett in everything, even her shitty movies. I think this is one of her best performances. Totally deserved the Oscar for supporting actress. I loved Leonardo DiCaprio as Howard Hughes. Way the future. He's fantastic in this movie, The Aviator, but I thought Cate Blanchett gave a little bit of a better performance. And a lot of Scorsese movies, this is definitely one of my favorite Scorsese movies. And again, I love Leo in this movie. He's amazing. But I think Cate Blanchett stole the movie. Coming number 5 is Gary Oldman in True Romance as Drexel. Oh, I know. What are you looking at my face? I know, pretty guy. Oh, I love this movie. True Romance is amazing. Written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by the late Tony Scott. Rest in peace, man. This is my favorite Tony Scott movie. This is an amazing movie with an amazing ensemble cast. It stars Patricia Arquette and Christian Slater, and it co-stars Christopher Walken, Brad Pitt, Dennis Hopper, James Gandolfini, and of course Gary Oldman, who steals this movie. He's amazing as Drexel the pimp who thinks he's black. He's got these dreadlocks, this scar on his eye. He's only in 2 scenes in this movie, and those 2 scenes are my favorite part of this movie. I love Gary Oldman in this movie. It's a very comedic performance, but it's also a pretty intimidating performance. Like that scene with the light bulb, with the lamp going back and forth, and he's like, look at my face, I know I'm really pretty. And like, he is kind of scary, and like when he's on top of Clarence, he's like, go get that bitch and get it back here. Like, he's fucking scary in this movie, and this is one of my favorite Gary Oldman performances. Like, my other favorite is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, but he's the lead in that movie, but this is a supporting role, and this is an amazing performance. I think this is hands down one of the best pieces of acting Gary Oldman has done, and that's saying a lot because everything Gary Oldman does is amazing. But yeah, I love him as Drexel in True Romance. It's awesome. Coming number 4 is Rutger Hauer as Roy Batty in Blade Runner. Okay, I'm not gonna say anymore. Everyone's like, oh my god, this again? All I gotta say is, all those moments in time will be lost like tears in the rain. Time to die. Coming number 3 is Orson Welles in The Third Man. Yes, oh my god, another amazing movie. This is a film that a lot of people should see. This is a fantastic black and white classic film in the 1940s. It doesn't star Orson Welles. Orson Welles plays the villain in this movie. And in this movie, spoilers, you think he's dead, but then he comes in the third act and reveals a secret. A little bit of a twist. Oh, what a twist. And I love this movie. This is definitely one of my favorite movies of the 1940s. This has one of the greatest movie endings, and I love Orson Welles as a villain. It's so different and so unique and just so riveting. I love Citizen Kane. That's hands down his best movie, but him in this movie, The Third Man, is fantastic. I don't think he got an Oscar nomination for supporting actor. I don't think he did, but he really should have. He's absolutely fantastic in this movie, and he's my favorite supporting acting role. Coming number 2 is Joe Pesci for Goodfellas. Yes, I'm funny now. How am I funny? Am I a clown? Do I amuse you? Tell me how fucking funny I am. Like, I love Joe Pesci in this movie. Again, the ensemble cast in this movie is just fantastic, especially by Ray Liotta and Robert De Niro. They're both amazing in this movie. Joe Pesci, Oscar well-deserved. One of the greatest Oscar speeches ever in the Academies. Thanks. I love it. This is my favorite Martin Scorsese movie. I think this is hands down the best Scorsese movie, and this is the best performance I've ever seen in a Scorsese movie. Joe Pesci as this mobster named Tommy, who is a fucking sociopath. And it's so weird because I heard Joe Pesci is just like the nicest guy ever, and he plays such a despicable, horrible human being in this movie, and he's just great. He's very funny, he's very riveting, he's very complex, he's three-dimensional, he's just entertaining to watch, and he's my second favorite supporting role in a movie. And my number one favorite supporting role in a movie is, no shocker whatsoever, Heath Ledger as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Why so serious? Like, oh my god, I love Heath Ledger in this movie. He revolutionized the Joker, the role, the character of the Joker. No one mastered this character like Heath Ledger did. Like, I love Mark Hamill in the animated series. I love Jack Nicholson. I even love Cesar Romero from the Adam West Batman. I love so many Jokers. And I'm curious to see what Jared Leto does in Suicide Squad, but Heath Ledger did an amazing job. He won the Oscar, the only person to win an Oscar for playing a comic book villain, or even comic book anything. Jeez, he was so good in this movie. His role was not only funny, pretty comical, but disturbing, menacing, and intimidating. Like, who doesn't get scared every time they watch The Dark Knight and they see Heath Ledger on that screen? And honestly, that is not Heath Ledger. That is the Joker. That is a sociopathic, disturbing, scary Joker. That's not Heath Ledger. When I see The Dark Knight, I don't see Heath Ledger. I see the Joker right there on the screen. And that's because Heath Ledger gave an amazing performance. It was a realistic, intimidating, and very gritty performance, and it is the greatest performance an actor has ever done in cinema, and it's my favorite supporting acting role in a movie. So yeah, that's my top 10 personal favorite supporting acting roles in movies. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this list? If not, give me your top 10 favorite supporting acting roles in movies. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and join the dark side.